Yes, hello there. Good morning, everybody. Today is the last lesson of this unit, Leadership and Management, so session 15. So today's intent is about outcome level number 4, apply leadership management approaches to managing performance to ensure continuous improvement. And by the end of this session, you will become mindful of the following topics: financial and non-financial reward methods, influence of variables on reward systems such as size, location, and competitiveness, and also leadership and management approaches to rewarding good performance. Okay, you also be able to understand reward systems, explore how organizational factor shape reward systems, and finally, analyze the impact of leadership styles on performance rewards. Is that clear enough? Yes, do you have any question on this? Okay, so that is today's intent. Okay, before we continue, let us look at our last lesson. In the last lesson, which was also outcome 4, we looked at qualitative and quantitative measures of effectiveness. We also measured the effectiveness, a measurement of effectiveness, looking at satisfaction, motivation, training success, and attitude. And we looked at and applied some practical examples, case studies, and actionable strategies. We looked at why it is important to perform measurement of effectiveness, and we found out that it helps organizations track progress, drive performance improvement, enhances employee and customer satisfaction. Now, is that clear enough from last lesson? Does anybody have any questions on what we covered in the last lesson? Okay, that's fine. So I'll carry on. So now looking at today's lesson, methods of for rewarding good performance. Okay, we can tailor these rewards into things like motivation variables among individuals and teams. And our reward must be fair and equitable. So when we offer rewards, we must aim to be fair and equitable. There are four main types of rewards. We have financial reward, which is things like bonuses, salary increase, commission. For example, a sales person earns commission based on revenue, okay, from their sale. Then we have non-financial rewards such as flexible work arrangements, public recognition. For example, extra vacation day for achieving project milestones. Another example could be where everybody's birthday in the team, they're given a day off to celebrate their birthday. So that is also another type of non-financial reward. The third type will be growth opportunities, where there are training to be had for development or challenging assignments given to one to stretch them. For example, uh, carrying out mentoring programs for high achievers. All these are types of ways in which you can reward good performance. And finally, you can look at recognition and appreciation. Here, personal thank you notes, goes a long way to reward a person. It could also be a team acknowledgement note. It could be a certificate of thank you or acknowledgement. It could be a shield, some sort of accolade offered to a person or a team to say, well done. Okay? You could have things like recognition at the employee of the month, or in a meeting, in a monthly meeting, you could, you know, recognize a person or a team and get people to clap for them. All of these are ways in which you can reward good performance. Okay, so let's look at each of these one by one. Let's look at financial reward and see the different types of financial rewards apart from what I've just mentioned. So we have four different types of financial rewards we can look at. That is raises, okay, where you can raise, salary, permanent salary increase for consistent performance, annual appraisal tied to performance metrics. So on everybody's contract, they have a band from which they earn, and so having an annual review can also reward them financially by increasing their salary, the permanent salary. So that is raises. You could also consider things like profit sharing. In some organizations, they could share profit with the team and the staff. So distributing company profit among employees is another way of giving financial rewards. You could look at stock options, where employees have right to purchase company shares. Again, this is probably at even lower, uh, you know, costs. So all of these are parts and parcel of how you could, financially reward an employee or a team. And of course, commission payment based on individual sales or achievement over a period. Okay. For example, you could also give things like retail associates earning commission on high ticket sales. Yes, as you have high ticket sales, and it can also be banded, to things like 5%, 10%, 20%, depending on the level of sale. Okay. Now, non-financial reward methods could be special privileges, such as reserved car park, okay, reserved parking, or remote work options. So where you could be flexible to give people, managers or some sort of employee, flexible working hours. Okay, that could also be a reward. This time, non-financial. Growth opportunities I already mentioned before, where you have access to train or mentorship programs. Number three, flexible work arrangements, telecommuting, and compressed work week. Compressed work week, could mean where you're supposed to, on the contract, you're supposed to work 5 days, Monday to Friday. And on this occasion, when you meet a target or the team meets target, and then, you compress your work, you work for 4 days, for 5 days. So working out 4 days and you can have the fifth day off. So that way you compress the week. Okay. And then telecommuting is just an IT term for working from home. Okay, telecommuting. We're commuting via the line. So telecommuting is just an IT term. Okay. Number four, positive work environment, where organizations promote respect and collaboration in the workplace, where the culture is conducive, people are happy, have an open door policy for every employee to air their views without, fear of reprimand. Okay, so everybody feel valued and contributing. So this is examples of non-financial reward that you can also offer employees or teams. Is that clear enough for now? Pictorially, you can look at this monetary versus non-monetary, and so under monetary we can have incentive through a commission structure, cash bonuses, allocating quotas, and non-monetary, you can look at giveaway product size prices that align with a rep's interests. Offer sales training courses or tickets on upcoming sales event to help staff to upskill. Make memories by taking your team to a teamed lunch. Yeah, organize a team lunch. is also another form of, and where the management pay for it. Motivate your star performers by offering them a lead on a project. Give away travel tickets to help employees rejuvenate and improve their mental health at the cost of the organization. All of these are ways in which you can monetary or monetarily give incentives or rewards to your employees or teams. Okay. Next, we have looking at variables, how variables influence reward systems. Variables can come in the form of sizes, organizational size. So small organizations will have limited resources, could also operate flexible reward systems, such as personalized recognition in a startup. Then larger organizations with diverse options potentially may be rigid system. For example, structured profit sharing in a multinational corporation. So size of an organization will determine the level of reward that may be offered. Location is another one. A high cost area requires higher salary and benefits. For example, competitive pay in the metropolitan region. A good example here in the UK, in London, for example, employees that work in the London, that live in London per se and work in London get higher pay than those that live outside London. So you may have somebody, two persons of the same band, as the same level at work, but then they will have extra on their salary. So we call that inner London weighting and the outer London weighting. So the inner London weighting is more expensive. It's more than the outer London weighting, sometimes referred to as fringe benefit. So you may get up to about 2,500 on top of your salary, you know, per year, because you live in the inner London, okay, and work in the inner London, and somebody who lives in the outer London would get less amount. Okay, so all these are ways in which variables that can influence reward systems. Next, we have competitiveness. Competitiveness is also very key. Here, competitive industries organizations offer higher rewards to retain their top talents. For example, tech companies offering stock options. Another, plainly, uh, when you have when you're an organization or industry that has a lot of competitors, you value your talents, your staff talents, more experienced, skilled uh, employees. You value them more, and so you want to know that you're paying them more than your competitors. Okay, for example, in the retail industry, like you have Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury, you know, they tend to sell the same type of products with their competitors. So employees like managers or some sort of talent there, you want to make sure that the salary of your staff is higher than those of the competitors. Otherwise, you may fall short of losing your top talents. So these are variables that can influence uh, reward systems as well. Okay, right. How does leadership and management, respond to this? We have, approaches that managers would use. The approaches, are using the different leadership styles. For example, we have among the variety of leadership styles, there's four common ones: transformational leadership, transactional, participative, and authoritarian. For transformational leadership, the managers tend to inspire and celebrate achievement of their workers. For example, publicly recognizing innovative ideas during team meetings. from teams or individuals. Okay, transactional leadership focuses on goal oriented. So, for example, sales, you can have a sales target over a short term, and so that, and as an employee meets the target, they get a reward of some nature. Then we have participative leadership approaches, which involves employee in reward design and decision. So here, the employees, play a part in the decision and the level of reward that is received for work done. So that way, uh, everybody feels involved in agreeing the amount that of reward that will be received for a particular type of level of task or achievement, or I mean. So that way it's fair. Everybody feels that it's fair and equitable, and that is participative leadership. Then we have the authoritarian leadership. Authoritarian leadership uses punitive reward and punishment. For example, docking pay for missed deadlines. So, again, that is very authoritarian, and so that may be draconian way of, handling, issues, of work effectiveness and completion, especially missing deadlines for a particular task over a time period, whether short or long term. You can look at this image, this table, to give you some sort of difference between autocratic, which autocratic is similar to authoritarian. Then we have democratic, which look more like participative, and then laissez-faire. The laissez-faire is a little or no control. Uh, this is what this simply means is that management or the leader, the leadership will decide on what they want to achieve, decide on the goal, and then give the employees free hand to decide how and what and how and when they complete it. Maybe give them a deadline and the target, and then give the staff free hand to go ahead, use their own devices and understanding to produce a result without intervention. So that's called laissez-faire. As opposed to democratic, which here everybody have a voice in deciding what happens, as opposed to autocratic, uh, where there's a strong control over how the group or how individuals perform tasks. Okay, I'll let you read this as we carry on. Now, what about the rewards influence? Influence of leadership on reward. Following on from what we saw previously, transformational leaders foster long-term engagement through intrinsic rewards. For example, encouraging employees to take on stretch assignments. So they transform and gain skills over time. Uh, apply some some sort of innovation or creativity as they do that. Okay, transactional is effective over short term. Okay, for example, cash incentive for completing, say, quarterly target or goal. Participative leadership promotes fairness and inclusivity in rewards. For example, employee voting on employee of the month. So to vote a particular employee of the month, this was not decided by management, but there was a vote, and majority carries the vote democratically, and so an employee of the month will emerge over a choice. So employees might be nominated. So you nominate three or four employees, and then vote out of those three which one should be the employee of the month. And so everybody feels, participated. And so it's more inclusive and fair. Then we have the authoritarian leadership, which risks the motivation due to rigid or punitive approaches. For example, imposing fine for tardiness without addressing the root cause. So here, the leader just autocratically, decide on what should happen, which may upset some individuals or some employees, and so this can be very risky in how it's applied. But here, these are the different leadership rewards and influences. Okay, there's an image here where we have the internal and external uh, influences when they come in, and then management can apply compensation, look after the well-being benefit, give well-being benefits, training and development, recognition, and when all this is done effectively, then there will be, what is called total reward strategy. By applying all of these, and then there will be an outcome, a positive outcome. For example, the business will perform as expected, an employee will gain experience, or rather will experience satisfaction on the job. All right, so that is called total reward strategy. By looking at all the totality of what can be done intrinsically or extrinsically, okay, to celebrate or recognize employee or team effort, so that ultimately teams are happy and satisfied, and the business ultimately performs and succeeds as well. Okay. Now let's look at this case study. Now, case study here: a retail company experiences declining morale despite offering financial rewards. Employees report feeling undervalued. So, a company experiences declining morale despite offering financial rewards. Employee report feeling undervalued. So in such a situation, discuss these three questions with the person next to you. Take 5 minutes and do that, or you write your answers as well if possible. Okay, uh, you can write your bullet point answers. Number one, what non-financial reward could improve morale? Number two, how can leadership styles influence the effectiveness of reward system? And three, propose a reward strategy to enhance engagement and performance. So you have 5 minutes. Okay, while you're doing that, or you've done that, I'll just give you a model answer. Okay, so you can compare the model answer with what you have written in your group. You can also, kind of share, crisscross, from one, your results to the other person, and you can pair assess each other as well. So this is model answer to those three questions. So number one, what non-financial reward could improve morale? Non-financial rewards that could improve morale could be any of this: flexible work arrangement, recognition and appreciation, growth opportunity, positive work environment. Okay, all these are, could be a non-financial reward. Number two, how can leadership style influence the effectiveness of reward system? So you can look at these four different types of leadership styles: transformational, participative, transactional, and authoritarian. Okay. And number three, propose a reward strategy to enhance engagement and performance. So strategy could be, where you have a combination, a kind of a hybrid. Think about financial and non-financial rewards, offer bonuses for sales milestone, an extra vacation day, for example, There's quite a variety of things you could do. You could tailor rewards to individual preferences, but not every worker prefers money. Some require flexible work. So it's a question of trying to discuss and understand that and agree what type of reward will suit a particular employee. Okay, you can also have a focus, on on feedback. Check-ins where you have some check-ins, regular check-ins, and offer contribution that way to employees. So there's quite a variety of uh, reward systems that you could use. Okay. Another question, three questions. What are the three, what are the benefits of combining financial and non-financial rewards? How do location and competition influence reward system? Compare transformational and transactional leadership in the context of reward. Again, take 5 minutes, do that in with the person seated next to you. And when you're done, you pay assess, give to the next person, to the next group, pay assess each other, write it down. You could use the chat. Okay, again, I'll give you model answer this time to the three questions. Number one, what are the benefits of combining financial and non-financial rewards? Answer could be diverse motivation, okay, addressing varying employee needs, enhancing overall satisfaction, sustained engagement, balancing short-term monetary incentive with long-term intrinsic rewards. Equity and inclusion could be another, where you ensure all employees feel acknowledged, regardless of their job function, so everybody feel valued. So this could be a non-financial reward as well. Number two, how do location and competition influence reward system? By location, like we said previously, high cost area require competitive salaries and additional perks like housing allowance, travel allowance. All of this can be, given to staff additionally on their pay. Okay, due to a location. Rural areas may focus on community-oriented rewards such as local recognition or family benefit. Okay, I hope that is clear. And by competition, in competitive industries, employers must provide comprehensive package, for example, bonuses, stock options to their good talents or high talented staff, so as to keep them. In less competitive sectors might rely on intrinsic reward like work-life balance or professional development. Okay, work-life balance is also good, especially for uh, particular employees that might want flexible, uh, you know, access and work pattern. Number three, compare transactional and transformational leadership in the context of reward. Transformational leadership focuses on intrinsic rewards such as recognition and growth opportunity over time, encourages employee to surpass goal by fostering innovation and collaboration. So actually in transformational leadership style, it's about trying to get the employees and team to understand, to not think about their own personal gain, but to think about the benefit of the organization over a period of time. So that when the organization succeed, they will ultimately succeed as well. So it's about intrinsic reward over a long period of time. So it leads to creativity, innovation, okay, and development, skills development. All right. With transactional leadership, utilizes extrinsic rewards like bonuses, penalties for not meeting targets. So it's over short term, but it can be effective, especially in the sales department. where uh, people agree. There's some of you know where you apply participative, so that you could ask employees what sort of target do they think they can meet in a week or in a month, and based on that, you agree that if they meet it, you pay them X Y, and if they don't meet it, you do X Y. So it's prior agreement over a short period of time. So that's more like transactional. Okay. Right. I hope this is clear, guys. If you have any questions, please ask, or you can send me email later for me to expand on any questions that you might have. So let's look at the summary of the case study. Now, the question here is, what strategies can a company adopt to enhance employee morale, and what leadership style would best support these initiatives? Okay, think about this. Take 2 minutes, just bullet points is all I need. What strategies can a company adopt to enhance employee morale, and what leadership style would best support these initiatives? Okay, I just give you a model answer. To improve morale, the company could adopt hybrid reward system, blending financial and non-financial incentives led by participative or transactional leadership styles. Okay? Recognition in itself, flexibility, and professional growth opportunities can significantly boost employee satisfaction and loyalty. And with loyalty, it will reduce, uh, it will reduce, uh, turnover. All right, so staff will stay. There'll be more retention. All right. Hope this is clear enough. So, finally, what have we learned today? As we come to the end, today we have learned these. We now understand reward methods. We also explored how organizational factors shape reward systems. We also analyzed the impact of leadership styles on performance reward. Do you agree? Yeah, do you agree? Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, we've covered all three. Do you have any questions? Right. Here, these are your references. You can look up these books. Also, some case studies and academic journals on employee motivation and reward that you can also look up. Okay, we'll do some research on this. Is that clear enough? Right. Thank you for your participation. I'll be happy to answer your questions if you have any. Okay. No questions. Okay, fair enough. I must say thank you very much for your attention and thank you for attending. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel on Pato Vlogs and mcbit ed. Subscribe, like, share, make some comment if you will, okay? Thank you very much, guys, and I'll catch up with you. Okay, you can also reach me on email if you have any direct questions on any of my lessons. This is the last lesson on this topic, uh, Unit 4, Leadership and Management. Okay, just that's my email. You can reach me at any time if you have any question on the topic. All right, I'll be very happy to support, okay, and mentor you if you have any particular questions. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on another lesson. Take care now. Bye, guys. Bye.